Thank you so much for going with the flow and pivoting with me when it comes to this project that we're working on, our donut vase. We are not going to have time to build it how we originally had planned. So we are going to go smaller and we're going to build faster. The first coil, don't forget, first coil that we start on the leather hard piece, you need to make sure that you score and slip. I have a bunch of coils that I already pre-rolled. To do this as quickly as possible, we are throwing out our original designs and shapes that we had first thought of, that we first, created and drew. Right now, all we are going to worry about is going straight up with it. Okay, now I don't want to go too high with it because I still want to be able to get my hand down inside to blend all of these coils. So I'm going to start with this. I'm going to get everything blended, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to smush it together, score and slip, and cut out our donut hole. Okay, so I blended the entire outside of the coils together. It's not beautiful yet, but it will be. Now I'm going to blend the inside coils. Okay, so I have blended the outside, I've blended the inside coils, and now we are ready to smush in and create our donut hole. So I'm gonna go very slowly, and I'm gonna sort of create like almost like the number 8 in the center of the piece. When you look inside, I'll show you what it's gonna look like in a second. I'm keeping an eye on all sides and really looking at everything and looking at the shape that I'm making. And when I get really close in the center here, see how I'm starting to get more like that number 8 shape? When I get really close, I'm going to score and slip and attach the walls together right here in the middle. I'm going to attach right there in the middle, okay? I think I'm going to score right now just so that I'm ready for it. Like this and like this. You can see the score marks a little bit there. And we're ready to attach. I'm just going to put a little bit of slip in. I'm going to squeeze together. Like this, see? That's what it should look like. Almost like I don't know. What kind of shape do you think that looks like? But you're getting to where this right here in the center is like totally pinched together. And you're really compressing. You don't want to go too thin with it, but really, really push and smush and compress that clay together. Okay, so now that you've compressed this all together and you can really feel where it's connected together, now you're going to take a pencil and you're just going to gently draw where the start of your hole is going to be, like this. You want to give yourself a little bit of room from where I've pinched. So I would say 1 finger space away. So right here is the edge where it's really, really comes off of that compression. And then you want to give yourself a little bit of room because you're going to need a little bit of clay to really blend that in when you cut your circle out. Before I cut the circle out though, we're going to finish the top of our vase. Stay with me here because this is when it can get a little bit tricky. All right, so you're gonna add your coil going around through this connected middle part. See how it looks like just one area right now because you've compressed and pinched it together? You wanna take that coil around and then follow it with the rest of your coil like this. Okay, so as I'm adding these coils, guys, you're gonna start making your outside coils come in, and these inner coils are doubling up and they're starting to open back up. Again, I'm gonna add another coil here, and I'm just gonna show you what it looks like from the outside perspective of making that shoulder part of the vase. We really want it to come inward, so I'm gonna make it narrower and shorter almost. See how this is shorter? It almost looks like steps going in, 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 in. I'm gonna do that until you get to where you want to add your neck. And I would say this looks pretty good and ready for a neck. I've got a little extra here, so I'm just going to take that off. Do you see how the profile of this pot is coming in and it's creating that really pretty silhouette of a foot, a belly, a shoulder, and now we're gonna add just a little boop of a neck. So when I'm blending these coils, it's especially important that I'm always remember to keep a support hand or support fingers inside so that when you do push against the clay, it's not gonna mess up the shape that you have already made for your vase. So I've got fingers in here right on the other side like this, and I'm really supporting this curve right here as I'm blending. So you guys can see I added those coils and I sort of opened it up as I came in. I've got like 4 coils that I've added around, and now I'm starting to bring it up and in, and I'm just gonna blend it all together and give myself a little bit of a neck and a lip. I think that's all I wanna do. And I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but like right here, I'm not loving this shape. It's sort of indented a little too far. So before I go any further with it, I'm gonna take a wooden tool and I'm just gonna get back in there and see if I can push that out just to fix my shape a little bit. So I think that this area is looking a lot better now. I'm just gonna go back in and double check. This is also why it's a good idea, guys, to work on a banding wheel so that you can constantly rotate your artwork. Okay, the outside is blended, and now we are gonna blend those coils on the inside and make our little bit of our neck, and then we cut our donut hole out. All right, everybody, we have blended all of these coils, and I've made sure that I have blended the inside really, really well. Where you have any areas that you can't reach easily with your finger, use the wooden blending and smoothing tool. I cannot stress to you enough how important it is to blend, blend, blend. You don't want any cracks or visible coils anywhere. So once I've done that, I'm just gonna add like maybe 2 more coils to make this neck, and I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna be done with it, okay? Here we go. All right, I have blended outside, I have blended inside. I'm very happy with this neck and my rim. And all I'm gonna do now, guys, is cut out my donut hole and then smooth, smooth, smooth. You are gonna do this with either a metal rib, a rubber rib, or a wooden rib, whichever one you want. This will help to smooth out any lumps and bumps that you don't want there. But before I get too involved in this, let's cut out our circle, okay? So I'm gonna follow this pencil mark that I did. I got my fettling knife through. We're gonna cut. And I'm paying very close attention not to go too close to where it is not sealed. Ta-da! Now the trick here is to blend, but do it carefully because you can collapse your donut from the inside, and because we finished already, there's nothing that we can do to save it. So you're gonna have to be very, very gentle and delicate. You might wanna use the wooden tool again, and you're just gonna bring that clay around because you want that extra little bit of clay there to help smooth everything in. And once it's all smoothed, guys, and blended, you are done. I think that is a successful vase. What about you?